Hello.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. How do you say your name?
Yeah, that is Satyaki. Actually,
Satyaki.
pronounced. Yeah.
Satyaki Mandal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Satyaki Mandal. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's nice to meet you. Um,
Yeah.
would
It's nice to meet you too.
would you like to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about how you got into 3D? And then we'll just start going through your portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. I'm Satyaki Mandal. I am from India, currently residing in Germany. I'm a self-taught 3D journalist focused on environment art related stuffs. I always was into making art, so I tried my hands on digital painting. Soon discovered 3D art and Blender. Been enjoying it since.
Nice. Short and sweet. I like it. um, so you said you're in Germany right now. Is for
Yeah.
education? Or
No, I'm actually on a dependent visa. My wife works here, so
ah,
I'm here.
oh,
Yeah,
super
I
nice.
actually do not have a formal background in art. I am my graduation was in engineering.
Right. Yeah, I actually find that really intriguing because like when someone comes from something that's not directly 3D art or like digital art, they bring with them their own experiences that they've had previously, and those affect
Yeah.
the way that they learn. It affects the way that they how they present their content. So you end up seeing stuff that's very different from like already looking at your portfolio, the way you're presenting your materials like or the materials that you're choosing to make are actually quite refreshing.
Thanks, thanks a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, I already recognize this. Was it you that I did a review of this,
I
or you did this for the challenge?
I did this for the challenge, and I was too fond of it actually,
Yeah.
and you were very supportive of me in the chat. It was my first challenge actually.
This is so I loved this scene.
Yeah, it was very close to my heart, honestly. But I didn't know back then how to present my stuff well, so I didn't really put any breakdowns of stuffs. And so, yeah, a missed opportunity, I guess.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was just I saw it coming together, and every time you posted something, I was like, "Yo, this is cool." It's so like it was presenting itself so well against like what it what you were pulling from reference wise. I think what I would do is post a reference in here because do you talk about the let's see here, I'm just reading through the description on the side here. Yeah, credit, it looks like you do credit the artist. Yeah, man, these are so cool. Yeah, this one, you really like kind of nailed that aesthetic that that you were going for. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
it's
was one
great.
of my most favorite projects, to be honest.
So okay, now I'm curious because we look at your portfolio and you're exploring a lot of like it looks like you're doing some environments, you're doing other challenges, you kind of dived into materials, then it looks like you're doing
Yeah,
props.
yeah, that was for different art challenge. That was
Hmm.
for layer test art challenge, I think, and it was based on prop.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I want to know why you liked this the refuge piece.
It was I always actually loved the stylized environment and
Yeah.
especially semi-stylized environment because I think those are more harder to pull off. So it was a chance for me to do it in that, and also the whole process was very refreshing to me. But
Mm.
that's why I said it's a letdown because I didn't really put my breakdowns here because I made a lot of things and those are hand painted rocks.
Yeah.
I do not make those often. So
Yeah. Yeah. Is it
So I
too
put a
hard to
lot
go
of
back
effort.
and do it now?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I was searching for it. I actually updated a few of my projects because of this review and put
Mm,
some of my stuff. I didn't really find out this one, unfortunately.
okay.
So yeah,
I just yeah, I was mainly curious in like seeing what drove you as far as like your enjoyment of that scene. So it's quite
yeah,
interesting to like if we look at let's go to like this one, the Oasis.
yeah,
This one's
yeah.
also
Actually,
stylized.
yes, and this I am not very proud of it, honestly. I am learning Unreal, and yeah, I have been trying my things, trying my
Mm,
hands on Unreal, and it was the first project where I tried to import maps from Gaia,
mm-hmm.
and this project took like 1 month.
Dude, one
Still,
month
I
is
was
pretty
like,
fast to be honest. like how often how long are you working on your art?
yeah, actually, I am trying very hard right now to learn Unreal because I want to land a job,
Yeah.
honestly, and it's a requirement for every job I see that you must learn a game engine. So
It is
I am trying
beneficial
my
to understand like a game engine of something, like some game
yes,
engine.
yes, yes, and I have been focusing all my attention to learning Unreal, and so yeah, the other stuffs like the props, I think I make them in 10 days or so, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but Unreal is taking more time because I'm learning this, and there are lots of troubleshooting because I do not understand
Yeah.
all the
Yeah. Yeah.
things, and there are more problems. And when I'm trying to solve one, five more problems comes out. Actually,
Right.
I had more projects from Unreal, but I deleted those because I found this too cringy, honestly. And
I mean, you
yeah,
make your own choices for sure on like what to keep and what to what to hide.
yeah, I still think there are too many projects, but these are too close to my heart to delete
This
them.
so this one is quite good as well.
Oh,
Especially
thanks.
like the close-ups of like these the asset showcase. These are really intriguing to me. Just because
Oh, thanks a lot.
you don't really see too much of this type of art, and like this like elevated bunker, like howitzer
Yeah,
thing is
I
really
I am
cool.
actually also really into concept design, but I am not. My level is not that high, so I made this design
Mm.
myself, and I don't think I have posted those. So yeah,
I mean, so what I wanted to say is like I think that the thing that is holding this scene back is just the placement of those towers being so like so clearly 1, 2, 3, whereas like
yeah,
I
yeah,
think the 1, 2, 3 would be the structure, the house, and
yeah.
like the animals and the person who lives there, and then one
Mm-hmm.
two, so it'd be house one, and then two structures in the back going off into the
Okay.
distance. Um,
Yeah,
but everything else here, like knowing that you learned this stuff and can
yeah.
then move forward with that knowledge just means that the next piece could be that much stronger. You know what I mean? There's
I
much
hope
less to
so.
learn.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually,
yeah.
this was my first time learning several things. PCG was one of them. Gaia was also one of them. And yeah, so
Man, you sound
uh, it,
busy.
I am I am trying really
Yeah.
actually to land a job because finally I have been pursuing my dream.
Mm.
Yeah.
So okay, so now let's look at your materials. So you've got
Okay.
a handful of materials in here. I would say
Yes.
overall, they're all quite interesting. I think the topsoil one and maybe the broken road with the puddles is maybe the least interesting of them. Like or is like simple, but let me just click on it
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
quick and just see.
Those were especially the road with the puddle was more tutorial based, so I was I didn't make maybe I.
Mm.
couldn't make them more interesting than I could have. But yeah, rest are
Oh yeah,
my
these are.
own project.
You know what we would
Yeah.
call these in the U.S.? These are called potholes. They're basically massive holes in the road that just fill with water and then trick people, and then you hit them and they really mess your car up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have that also in India.
yeah, um,
Actually, this
yeah.
the road
Hmm.
structure was based on this tutorial from Nathan McKenzie in YouTube, and the
Mm,
puddle was my addition to it.
right. Okay,
So
so
yeah,
you just kind of that's awesome that you had expanded on like, not only did the tutorial show you stuff, but you're like, okay, how can I add my own uh,
yes, yes,
flavor on top of it? But let me go back to your portfolio here. Just close these. So the things that I really like from your materials is the this European pavement, the trilobite fossils material, and the barnacles. Like those, especially the. I really like the barnacle one because you just don't see that type of material very often.
yeah. I actually was searching for if I could make some unique materials, because I did got some help
Hmm.
from a tutorial on barnacles, actually on 8 levels, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So I didn't find many reference for that. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I. So when I look at this material, I think maybe the rock surface could be pushed a little bit further, but you don't want it to take away from the attention of the barnacles. Um, and then it's just a matter of getting some separation of like, so you can see in your roughness here, at least from what I can see, um, the edges of the barnacles. I'm not sure why they would be more uh, or like darker in the roughness, right? It's, I guess the barnacles themselves should overall be kind of around the same roughness. If you do that, you can get them to separate themselves a little bit more from the rock, and then you could even do the
okay.
puddle effect that you were playing with, where like some of the barnacles and the rock go deep enough that now there's water on top of them. So it
Yeah,
goes like,
that's actually a
yeah,
pretty good idea. Yeah, yeah.
but it looks cool. It's a really interesting material. It feels
Thanks.
more stylized, which I think is maybe what you're wanting to go for.
Yes, actually, I intended on making this more realistic when I started the project, but as the project went on, I steered more towards stylization, I guess.
Right. I think the only other thing I would comment on is right now you're using a sphere that I think is mapped where the texture ends up skewing as it goes more towards the top. I think there's a different
Yes,
sphere you can use in
yes, yes.
Designer.
Actually, I have been using a different sphere for my newer projects,
Okay,
I think.
cool. Yeah, just something to make sure that you're aware of. But yeah, these, like the trilobite one, the the material feels, I don't know, it feels right. I think that the darkness of the fossils themselves is really, to me, it feels very accurate. Oh, this is cool. I love progress shots of breakdowns of like how the surfaces are. Man, it's really when once you get the rock in between the little crevices, is when it all of a sudden is like, oh yeah, okay, that is a fossil. Before that,
Yes, yes,
it's on top, and you're like, interesting, and then it goes in the crevices. You're like, yeah, okay,
yes.
this,
Actually, I am really into paleo art, so it was it was not a nice experimentation. Yes.
yeah, this is it's. I love this progress shot that you did here,
Yeah,
just
I have
showing
been
your
adding progress shot since this project, I guess. I
awesome.
really had no idea how to do it, and I saw everyone doing that.
You're like, I
So
must, I
yeah,
need, I need this.
yeah, it looks cool actually. So
Yeah, this material looks really nice though. I think let me just scroll through here. I think we're just missing the maps. Just seeing the
yeah,
like the
yeah,
texture maps would be
I
really
think
good.
I forgot to add that. Maybe,
Uh,
yeah.
but the presentation's really nice. I don't know if you need both of these, but like the warm and the cool. but it's really nice. I love that material. Um, yeah, and then I think the reason I like the European pavement is the subtlety of the green overgrowth in the crevices and like the little plants and stuff
Yeah, this
really
is
pushes
directly
it.
from my outside of my house. I see them every day.
Oh,
So
really? So you're just like walking outside,
yeah,
just getting it all to look
yeah.
exactly.
I have too many plans with Substance Designer, but I have not enough time because I'm learning Unreal.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's super interesting that you're building everything in Designer. Don't be afraid to mix in scans if you need to, um, especially
Yeah,
if you want to speed things up. Like you can, it is
yes, yes.
okay to do that.
Yeah, the Trilobite one was completely made in Blender actually. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I saw that at the bottom. I was like, hell yeah, that's great. So this one reads really well. Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Phillips in chat. He's a scanaholic, and he's like, use them scans, boys.
Yeah, and I think Reality Scan has released a version in Android, and I would be trying those
Mm,
in weekends, I guess.
dude, yeah, this one reads really nicely. Cool. Okay, let's go back to your portfolio now. And so now we've got props, right? And I think it was said in chat here. Where is it at? Uh, there it is. Vince was saying this is a good portfolio. A lot of props are metal and wood, so it's quite well rounded. Other than like right now, we're looking at a lot of metal and wood when it comes to props themselves. Maybe adding like a modular kit. Are you wanting to be an environment artist, or are you looking at being more props centric? Or
I actually would like to be an environment artist, but I have no problem with props also because I
right?
like them very much. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, let's. Is there any prop that you specifically want us to dig into?
Yes, then please dig in, take a look at the latest one, the gasoline, I think,
Okay.
and maybe the PPSH, because the rest of them are pretty older. Yeah.
Let's see here. Just scrolling through here. Just taking it in. You know. Um. Oh my gosh, the branding.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so I mean, I guess so. Initial reactions is it's a cool prop to model and texture because you have a lot of opportunities to like push different types of materials. This one specifically adds more to your portfolio than the others just because it's not just wood and metal, right? Like was being said in chat. Not saying that the other
Yeah.
stuff isn't good. At least in the thumbnails, everything looks pretty nice. Um, when we look at this, so first of all, I would say modeling wise, knowing that this is going to be, I guess it depends where you're, um, what type of game you're rendering it for. I think poly count wise, it's probably fine. Maybe the pan at the top, it might be too. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it doesn't need as many like loops to make it
Yeah,
more
yeah.
round. But I mean, I the other thing too is I'm not really a props artist. I now can feel Fear War is in chat. He's a props artist where I work, uh, and now I feel his presence. But when I look at the surfaces, that's where I think it really can be pushed further. So right now you've
Okay.
got metals, right, and then you've got paint, rust, and I guess like metal damage, and like a little plastic cap.
Yeah.
So being able to highlight those in ways where you can distinguish them very specifically. Like, if let me just, I'm scrolling like crazy, but the underside of this pan, like there's a lot going on that surface that I just don't know how to describe. Like, I can see that there you did some like heat distortion or like discoloring.
Yes, yes.
That's a great addition for this type of asset. I think that it's maybe the normals and the noise of the roughness that's really like pulling you out of what you're trying to look at or read. Because like the
Okay.
metals that are under it, for example, those are starting to feel more like a stone or like a rock kind of
Yes, yes.
surface. So being able to figure out how to like balance the surfaces to get the readability to scream like I am this type of material, or I am this material. This is how I've aged. Um, those types of details are going to be like the scratches in the normals, the roughness, noise, getting that noise to be in the areas that you would expect it to be in, or explain why the noise is there, will help you
Yeah.
determine how much noise to add and where to add it, and what type of noise. I guess is a even better way of saying it.
Yes.
But it's I guess it's very similar for the. Is there a reference in here? Oh, this is nice with the maps. This is really good. Yeah, was there a main reference that you were using for this?
Yes, I had actually some reference and I mixed them the features.
Mm.
So yeah.
Oh, I see, I see. So
Yeah.
so it's I guess there's the little there's like a pump thing here to add pressure manually.
Yes.
Um
Yes,
and
there it is.
yeah.
Yes.
And so you open this, I guess, and pour fuel inside, close it to
Mhm.
seal it, pump it to add the pressure, and then you release the pressure slowly, and that's your burner. Um,
Yes.
I'm just trying to think of like the materials involved. So like this cap, I guess that cap would normally be metal. I think that would make the most sense. I would expect the most wear to be around those high contact points, like where your hands are always touching, right? Like the
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
that would almost always be exposing a lot of the metal, just because the paint's just going to wear off really quickly. Um, and then there's the logo, which is, dude, this is awesome with the YKI there as well. Is this birth year? What's the 682?
No, no, it's
uh,
not.
okay, okay. Just checking. Um,
No.
is there okay? When I so there's first there's a line here, so I'm assuming that this is like a sticker that goes all the way around, or is it like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah? Is
Like a
that
print out. I actually posted this in the Discord, and
yeah?
someone told actually it was not looking very right because I made this like a sticker, and so it was after a feedback then I started doing this like a printed version of it. I think
Right.
it
Okay.
looks better than before because yeah.
Right. 'Cause I'm just so what I'm noticing is like it's hard to understand what it is. Like that seam made me think, okay, this must be like a sticker that goes all the way around. Is the color supposed to match the paint? And like all of the scratches that are happening on the sticker, is this clear here? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I actually at first made that a different material, but
Mm.
this time I tried to make it that it is printed on the painted metal itself, and
Okay.
it's not a different material. But I'm not sure if it has been executed properly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's being able to understand like how things are put together. I think
Yes.
a lot of the times, if at least in the references, these are going to be like this will be a sticker, right? Or if this whole thing is a sticker, that it would usually the backdrop is going to be uh, a color that matches the branding for the entire band, and then
Yeah.
because like you get into this weird territory where you've got the little uh, discrepancies in the paint, all the little damages and stuff, and then it happens under it as well. And so there's more questions than answers. And so you
Yeah.
start to wonder, okay, what is this? What am I looking at? Is this like the damage of the logo feels strange because like a sticker would either be there or it wouldn't be there, right? It would either be damaged and you're seeing through it, or you're seeing the sticker. So with this type of damage, you're seeing like 50% of the sticker, which is physically sounds physically impossible. I'm sure there's a way to. I think if there was a way, it would be the sticker color would go away, but the paper would be left if it was a paper sticker, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's those types of details um, that I kind of want to dive into, and like really understanding where the materials meet, what the material is, and how it reacts to lighting. Like getting your roughness
Yes.
to be in the right range for the type of material, and then all of the damages and or aging or usage, where that collects up and where it builds up would be directly related to like how it's used, right? So just those types of details to keep in mind as you move forward. We're already on like 30 minutes. Um, Let me see if was it. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to know that which areas in my portfolio are at a more hireable situation for junior positions, because I'll then focus on them more to improve, I guess.
Say that again. Sorry, is about materials.
No, my question is that I have several things in my portfolio, like
Mm-hmm.
props, materials, and so my question is, which areas in my portfolio, in your opinion, are at a more hireable situation for a junior position? I then will focus on them more to improve.
Oh right. Okay. I mean, oh, man, this one looks cool too. I would say that maybe the cameras are getting too close to this asset, but man, that's a. I think that would require me to give a quite a long answer. Um, your materials look really good. There's a few that I would probably remove, um, and I think if you wanted to, I can tell that you kind of understand, or at least have a quite a decent grasp of materials. Um, your gasoline stove actually feels lower quality in material understanding than like your weapons and the hand plane prop. But your materials look quite good, and your environment, like your stylized environments and your oasis scene, look quite good as well. So I feel like I just need to see a scene, like a another environment, because
Okay,
like
yeah,
I already understand where you're at with your skill set material wise and modeling wise, and it's just mainly about like storytelling through environments that I want to see. I don't know if
okay.
that answers the question.
Yeah, it helps a lot
Yeah. Okay.
because actually I am being a self-taught. I have no perspective, honestly.
Mm.
So I was looking for this for like 2 months.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
huge scene. It can be quite
yeah,
small. It can be
yeah,
a little diorama as well if you would like. Um,
yeah,
but if you,
and
oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Please continue. I have one more question actually.
I was just
Yeah,
gonna say if you want, you can message me like the idea of like the next scene you're gonna build, and I can be
yeah,
like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, or uh, I probably wouldn't do that, or scale this down, and then it would be more achievable. So that way you're not like grinding at building a scene for months on end.
yeah.
But yeah, you're go ahead with your last question.
Yes. Which fields in Unreal Engine should I focus more right now when considering employment? Because it's a really vast engine. What's your opinion on that?
Oh, unemployment. I mean, honestly, you don't need to use the entire engine to
Yeah.
be considered like, oh, this person knows Unreal. It's if you can achieve an environment that looks interesting, like your Oasis scene was already there. Like you're already using
Okay.
everything that I would say needs to be used in order to utilize Unreal for building your environments. And then it's more about like it's like you've met the technical expectations, and now it's the traditional aspects to make
Okay.
stronger. Like, how do you make your composition better? How do we push storytelling better? Does scale look okay? Like, what is the story being read well? How's the lighting reading? And like, those are not technical. Those are more like traditional arts
Yes.
in that
Yes.
sense. So I would say don't worry about understanding Unreal further to make your work better. It's more about like trying to do something, and then when you hit a wall, that's something that you don't know how to do in Unreal, and then you learn that. Don't look at it the other way
Okay.
around, because then
Okay.
you'll just be
Thanks. Thanks a
chasing.
lot.
Yeah, then you'll just be chasing this carrot that you can't ever catch. But cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna jump to the last portfolio. But do you when you get another when you figure out the scene that you want to do, uh, just poke me or post it in the server, and you can at me on it, and everyone can see what your next idea is for what you want to work on. Your your portfolio is extremely strong though, considering where you're at and how you got started and what you're doing, especially self taught. So keep it up, man.